Hello there and a very good afternoon. A mother has been jailed for attempting first-degree murder to her own baby after her 7-week-old baby was found at the bottom of a 75-foot ravine in the North Carolina mountains, which she claimed was kidnapped. Krista Noel Madden, 35, claimed that she had just escaped a kidnapping when Asheville police found her at a mountainous road in Henderson County. However, nothing that indicated anyone else had been there except for herself after the dogs were brought in to search the area around the car. Henderson County Sheriff Lowell Griffin announced that the child was bruised up and had a broken leg as well as a scrape on her head when she was found by a woman living near the ravine. The sheriff said authorities have no reason to believe the mother or the daughter was ever kidnapped. Trade talks between the U.S. and China broke up with no agreement on Friday, hours after President Donald Trump more than doubled tariffs on $200 billion in Chinese imports. The Trump administration hiked tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese imports to 25% from 10% despite negotiations between Washington and Beijing on Thursday and Friday to end a dispute in global financial markets. Trump asserted on Twitter that there was no need to rush in dealing with the world's two biggest economies and later added that the tariffs may or may not be removed depending on what happens with respect to future negotiations. A White House official confirmed that the talks had concluded for the day and the two sides agreed to meet again in Beijing in the future. China's Commerce Ministry vowed to impose necessary countermeasures but gave no details. Widespread rationing of chicken, eggs, rice, beans, soap and other basic products has been launched by the Cuban government on Friday to deal with shortages of staple foods. Blaming on the hardening of the U.S. trade embargo by the Trump administration, Commerce Minister Betsy Diaz-Velasquez, who introduced the policy, said importing food from U.S. producers had become more complicated under Trump, forcing Cuba to search for products that were more expensive and difficult to import. A growing number of products started to go missing for days, and scarce products like chicken or flour finished quickly soon after its distribution. Limited rationing of certain products has already begun in many parts of Cuba, with stores limiting the number of items like the inexpensive bottles of cooking oil. Cuba imports roughly two-thirds of its food at an annual cost of more than $2 billion, and brief shortages of individual products have been common for years. And that ends the World News at 2. I'm Shira Abang Manso for TV Sarawak. Thank you for watching.